2017 Solid Rock mission trip was one of the most fun and awesome mission trips I've been on. I think I've been on 5 or 6. 6, my mom helps me. Thank you. We went down to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Stayed at a church there, which was wonderful. Did a lot of fun stuff. I'll just kind of go with our slideshow up here. This was whitewater rafting. We all went whitewater rafting. Some of us flew off the raft. Me and Kyle jumped off the raft. It was really fun. There was it's like goes through levels. It's like 1, 3, and 4 with how harsh or whatever the wave is. We had a lot of fun there. It was about an hour, I want to say. I was not nervous until I got on the raft. I was completely fine on the bus. I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do this. And then I got on the raft, and I started sweating. And I was like freaking out. I was getting nervous. I was tapping Kyle and everything. My favorite part about the whitewater rafting is when we were on the raft. Corey Miles was up in front, but you have to be able to hear the instructor yell instructions at you. So, and it's like crucial to keep the raft going. And every time the instructor would say something, he'd have his camera out, taking pictures in front of him, and we'd have to yell his name just to get his attention. That's me singing a solo at the church in Mahomet, Illinois. Oh yeah, Tennessee. Never mind, I lied. So that's us singing at the first church we stayed at in Tennessee. That's us singing at Dollywood. They had our sign up and everything. We were famous for just a couple seconds. People knew us. That's us taking a picture around it, us looking adorable as always. And some of us split off into Splash Country, which is their water park, so that's why you don't see a good percentage of us right there. But that's the people who went to the theme park. Oh, our wonderful, wonderful Solid Rock ladies. Oh, I love them to pieces. Heidi and Ann on our wonderful food with the help of Kirsten Comfort, who was amazing on this trip. And Ann, if you're in here, I can't see you. Your food was amazing. She makes these lemon cheesecake bars. Woo, you guys try them someday. I'm promoting you. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember. JB. He helped us throughout the church. He kind of introduced us to the where everything is and stuff like that. He came and joined us for dinner one night, which was awesome of him, because that doesn't happen too often. We don't have people who actually join us for food. Oh, this was one of Dave's devotions. Had people balancing on this thing alone at first, and then someone would come to help them, and we had to do that a couple times. These were blocks. On the edge of each block was a name of everybody in Solid Rock. So it'd be like Kyle, Cassie, Andrew, blah 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 blah, right? And then you'd write one word that described them in like a nice, awesome way, and built them up. We sat in chairs and we were given letters, and we had to figure out by talking to one another which song we had, which Solid Rock song we had. So I don't know what I'm holding, but Grace is holding the letter H, so she would just have to say that she's holding the letter H, and we'd all say what letter we're holding, and then we'd like figure it out in our minds and stuff which song it was. Oh, man, that was loud. I'm so sorry. I get excited sometimes. That's Daryl. Daryl is awesome, and that is a firefighter right next to him, and I'm really sad because I can't remember his name. Jeremy, thank you. And so we went to go help on a fire site our first day, and we got rained out. So the firefighter came in and talked to us about his experience helping with the fires in Tennessee, and man, did it make you cry. Oof. It was amazing what he did, what all of them did, because while the fires were happening in Tennessee, everybody was going over to California and helping with those wildfires. So he and a couple firefighters were in Tennessee helping out there, and it was heartbreaking to hear that he saw a restaurant that he used to go to up in flames, or someone's house up in flames. And at one point, he said that the wind was so strong, it was coming at them at like 50 miles an hour. And something I've actually done that he told us to do is that next time you're driving 50 miles an hour and you're in the passenger seat and you have your window down, stick your arm out. And imagine that, but 3,000 degrees. It was so hot that glass melted. So just doing that gives you just the slightest insight of what they had to go through. Just the slightest. That's the fire site we worked at. As you can see, like everything is just, it's gone. The owners had nothing left, and it was the saddest thing. That's us working on it. The rusted out metal, the ash, the tile. I'm not even sure what that is. I think it's a oven, if I want to say. This was amazing. Keep this picture up for a second. This was awesome because this is one of the only pieces that we found that was completely intact. It was completely fine. Like nothing happened to it other than maybe the star. It was like seeing a diamond in the rough. It was just amazing to see because we had to put stuff into piles. You put stuff into metal, tile, and cinder block, and then you do copper and aluminum in a bucket. And so the other pile was stuff that the owner could keep, stuff that was slightly intact. And everything that we found before this was kind of rusted out metal, and you could tell what it was, but it just wasn't the same. But that was completely fine. And it was just cool to find something that was still like 100%. You can move on now. That's our little assembly line for the cinder block that we made. That's the pile that was next to our site with all the cinder block and stuff. That's our pile of metal. I want to say towards the end of the day. I almost cried, and for one reason. If you look at the bottom of the screen right there, you'll see the metal pieces with that are like circles. That's a bed spring. I saw that, and I almost cried. Because to think that someone lost their bed and had to move somewhere else, I can't even fathom it. That's our picture at the end of us praying. And Daryl is right on the side with his wife. You can't see his wife. She's behind Becky, but she is a wonderful lady as well. And that's our before and after pic of about 3 or 4 hours of working on this lady's house. Clearing it up. That's our wonderful bus driver and our photographer, Mr. Jeff Comfort, taking the picture. Thank you, Jeff. This is the third church we stayed at, and this was in Nashville, Tennessee. This was good. This is a murder mystery. So they gave 6 people to be like an actor, like a suspect, and you had a folder, and you had to follow with the folder. That guy, the magician dude, he was the funniest guy ever. Every time someone walked into the room, he'd flail up his arm and yell magic in a high-pitched voice. And so we had to work together a lot on this project. It was just kind of, you were a suspect, and you had to try and figure it out with the partners at the table. There's my mom looking all suspicious. That's the first church we stayed at and the last church in Illinois. Which was awesome. We had an amazing fire. It was awesome. Becky Borman did our devotion, and she was wonderful at it. She did amazing. And it was fun to just bond. There's Kenny and Becky singing their little solo, being his character, being awesome. We went to a mall. I keep saying and I'm sorry. We went to a mall, took a picture by the Ferris wheel, and me and Corey are the only ones not in our uniforms. We kind of stick out. Us eating dinner. This was Academy Awards dinner, which was awesome. It was fun. We had an amazing time doing Academy Awards. One of our concerts, I think this is the one in Illinois. This is end song when I'll turn around, get our good sides and stuff like that. This was the middle school kids. They were Disney characters, except for Jamie. I don't know what Jamie's doing. And then that's them getting their awards. I don't know which award that is, but Joe and Mia Madre. dressed up as American Cowgirls, and their song that they walked down to was 9 to 5 because we were in Tennessee. What else could you play? And Grace getting her award. My mom got to ring the bell, of course. We were all walking on the bus, and you just hear, whoa, and you look over, and it's my mom ringing this bell, like, with all her might. This was us, I think, leaving the church on probably the last day, most likely. I look tired. Oh, that's the last slide. Oh, man, okay. Then I'll just recap. The fire in Tennessee was very humbling. I think it made people realize that everything you have is very special to you, because at one slight moment, one slight thing can happen to change the course of anything. And that happened in Tennessee. There was a fire, and I remember the number. Daryl told us 2,185 homes, 2,185 families, and probably more than 2,185 people. To imagine that many people lost a house, lost their way of living, and have to move out of state. The one we worked on with the woman, she lives in West Virginia now. Some people live in Alabama. Some people don't live in Tennessee anymore because they can't. And it's heartbreaking to hear every time, and to see the bed springs all rusted out, and all their stuff just gone, the tile broken, glass melting on the wall. It was crazy. I couldn't even imagine something that bad could happen to such good people until you see it. And so I guess I just kind of want to leave you with, just make sure that everything you have, make sure you keep it close, love it. Don't take it for advantage. It's special. Someone would love to have it. And these people lost everything. And some of us have everything. So just be good. Be nice. Be awesome. Be good to people. Be kind to people. Pray for people. Do everything. Once that firefighter got done with his story, all I could do was shake his hand. It's the only thing you can do. Because he can't, like some of those people, he can't get their stuff back. So that's what I got to say about our mission trip. So thank you.